The member from Ramsey, Representative Becker-Finn.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise also to support the Dabney amendment and to take off one from what Representative Flanagan just said. We've heard a lot throughout this session and leading up to session about how much you care about racial disparities and equity. And one of the ways we can address racial disparities is to actually look at the impact of the legislation that we're putting forth, not just the intent. And the impact of this delinking disproportionately harms Native students. Now, many of you know that I grew up in northern Minnesota. I attended Cass Lake Bena Public Schools, Independent School District 115. I graduated with 35 other students. Very small town, 13 miles east of Bemidji in the heart of the Leech Lake Reservation. It's Representative Bliss's district. Now, at Cass Lake Bena, even back when I graduated, breakfast and lunch is free for everybody because so many kids qualify that that's just how it ends up working out, that it just makes more sense to do it that way. And at Cass Lake Bena, most of the students are Native, 90%, 90. And at Cass Lake Bena, these Native kids, many from families who don't make a lot of money, don't usually score so well on those tests. That's where we see those disparities. I'll also note that there are no private schools. There are no opportunities to make use of scholarships in Cass Lake or Bena. And these are the disparities that we keep talking about, racial disparities. And this change in the formula will hurt these Native kids in Cass Lake Bena and the other districts that Representative Flanagan mentioned. Cass Lake Bena more than any other district. And so I felt compelled to stand up and speak for those kids because I was one of those kids. It's a really small town. We talk about how much we care about all Minnesota kids. Well, that's what we're talking about. That includes Native kids. What matters is the long-term impact of what we do, not our intent at the time, not the buzzwords about equity. It's the impacts of what we do. And this will disproportionately negatively impact Native students long-term. And so I hope, Representative Bliss and some of the other representatives that represent these districts where these Native kids live, that you're listening. Because saying that you want to address disparities and equity, that's exactly what this amendment does. So please vote yes, please, for Representative Dabney's amendment. Thank you. Miigwech.